up? What's good? Happy Friday, Junior. Happy Friday, Junior. I'm gonna have to read that later. What's up? So I just wanted to come here and chat a little bit and kind of pour my heart out. Put lay it on the line, lay it on the line for you. And hopefully, first I want to say this, that with this YouTube channel, I'm documenting my journey through becoming. Yes, just becoming. Uh, being more so that I can do more, so that I can have more. And my goal throughout my whole life has been to do that within my purpose, within my purpose of being, right? And I know that I'm a server. I love serving. I don't mean serving like a waitress in a restaurant, but I'm a server. Pretty much my whole adult life from 19, I've been in service to people, and that is where I find the most joy. So now, being 50, I might as well just call it. I'll be 50 in October, so I might as well just call it, right, and get used to saying it. So now being 50, I really want to, and let me say this, I started using this hashtag back when I was married, so in my 30s, aspire to inspire, because that's a part of my purpose. I want to show women and men in my age group, in this age group, and I want to say even from the 30s, from like the mid 30s to up above me, that life is limitless. Every breath, like just because we're 50 or 30 something or 55 or 60 or 62, it doesn't, you don't have to have limits on that. When I had my Instagram page and I had like 20 something thousand followers, I did a post telling the black women in their late 20s, look, don't buy that crap that just because you get to a certain age, you automatically just become fat or become, all these ailments. I've always rejected that. No, my knees don't ache because I'm over 40, and I didn't just all of a sudden get fat. I didn't get fat when I gave birth to my kids. Like none of that is a reality. The reality is, just like I knew at 20, when I was fresh off being an athlete all of my life up to that point, at 20, I looked in my mind's eye at all of my aunties and I said, I don't want to look like that when I'm 40. I don't want to have health issues when I'm 40. This was me at 20, fine as a mofo, fit as you can imagine. I said, I don't want to look like that at 40. I don't want to have health issues, diabetes, low this, high that. I don't want to have that when I'm 40. So I said, let me clean up my diet right now at 20. At 20, I stopped eating soul food. I stopped drinking soda. I stopped eating pork when I read in scripture that it's detestable to the body, which was at 20. I stopped eating that. So, and like I told my kids, it's not the decisions you make at 29 that you're affected by at 30. It's the decisions that you're making right now at 17. These are the decisions that you're going to pay for when you're 30. And of course, nobody listens. So guess what? They continue to make horrible decisions. And now at 30 and 31, they're paying the consequences of those decisions that they made. So I just want to inspire people in this age group to know that life isn't over. We have years of knowledge that, if we're wise, we can tap into. We have years of experience that we can tap into. And if, I feel like in this age group, especially with women, we take on a lot of other people's um responsibility, whether it be, oh, I gotta raise my grandkids, or I gotta be around for my grandkids, or this, that, and the third. Wouldn't it be dope to give your grandkids a place to come to visit? You know what I mean? Wouldn't it be dope to give your grandkids a different type of experience of coming to visit you instead of you just being right there joined at the hip with them? And I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying, because I raised my kids, I did my best to put into my kids, you got to know how to live life without me. I'm not bringing you up to be codependent on me. I'm bringing you up to live independently of me. I'm not always going to be here. So you can't put all your eggs in my basket. And I can't put all my eggs in your basket because before I got pregnant with either of y'all, I had a whole life. I already had traumas that I was healing myself from. I was already an entire human being before I became your mother. I already had an identity. So, I don't want people to feel, I just want people to feel inspired when they come across my channel because I've always felt very much individual. And so to just, lay it out on the line, that's why y'all see me taking the risk that I take. And no, it's not a risk of traveling and just putting a bunch of miles on my home. It's a risk of I'm going to build a brand. I'm going to build something that I feel very strongly about. And y'all are going to watch me do it, from the product development, to building a team, to sourcing everything that I need to. And I don't see any failure. I don't, in my mind, I don't create any failure. I don't care who says no. I don't care who backs out. I don't care about none of that. In my mind, it's already done. So now in the physical, I just have to continue to go through the process of doing that. And that leads me right into, if I had $1 million donation right now, the first two things I would do is hire a proven, reputable, dope, bomb, effective branding team and marketing team. They're two different things. I know branding and marketing, right? But I never wanted to buy myself a job. I don't. If I had $1 million donation right now, I would immediately delegate. I would immediately hire teams that are already doing this, successful at doing it, and they have the results to prove it. That's what I would do. And I would continue to work on, as far as myself, I would continue to work on formulating the product. And I would also, because I would have the funds to do it, I would also look for a manufacturer again with um, that could produce it on a large scale for me, right? That's what I would do. Hey, hey, what's up? You so pretty. Thank you. What's up? That's what I would do. If I had a $1 million donation right now, it wouldn't be, I would redo Le Chateau. It wouldn't be none of that. It would all be focused on how I can make my impact. And that's for real. Because one thing I know is a strong enough brand with a solid enough culture changes lives. It is, I mean, how many iPhone users are on here right now? Drop a one in the comments if you got an iPhone. Drop a zero in the comments if you've ever waited in line for the next new iPhone coming out. That's the power. That's the power right there. That's the power right there. And not only that, but with a great culture around whatever brand, right? To whereas you treat people well, you treat people as if they're human. You talk with people, you talk to people, you don't talk down on them. You are um, uplifting, you are encouraging, but at the same time, you let people know when they're getting a little too far off. This is within the team, because it doesn't help anybody to shuck and jive. Like, I just sent out an email to all of the testers of my Clove Daily Cleanser. Woo woo! I just sent out an email to them this morning with their tracking numbers and then more information. And in that, I said, I'm just looking for your raw review of this product. I said, the only way you can hurt my feelings is by holding back and not telling me the honest truth of what you think of this product, because that won't help me make this product as great as it can be. You lying to me because, you've been following me since the mansion, or you just found me here and you like my vibe and all this and that. That's not going to help me make this product as good as it can be, as great as it can be. But if you tell me this and this, and they're not all raving reviews, that's going to help me. That's going to help me when I'm formulating, my ingredients. So I feel the same way when it comes to culture within a brand. So if I had $1 million donation right now, I guess essentially what that would be is I would be um, paying for people that are smarter than me. I would hire people that are smarter than me, better than me in areas that they've proven to be great, have great results and business savvy at. That's what I would do, because ultimately I want to build something, and this would just be the start. Like, this isn't even the only thing in my lifetime, God willing, that I want to do. But I want men and women that are in this age group, and even from the 30s, to realize that as you get older, you don't have to get slower. You don't have to think slower. It should be the opposite, especially when it comes to your mind. Allow your body to slow down, yes, so that your mind can speed up. As you get older, like I told the story before, it was in my 20s when I realized, yeah, people do get to be old by being fools. Yeah, I met an old 45-year-old fool when I was in my early 20s. And I knew I was in the presence of a damn fool. I, you know them. You know them when you see them and you have conversations with them. You know them. You just then for me, I just started to speak less, cuz I'm like, there's nothing I can tell this fool, and he's my elder. What I'm gonna tell this fool? Cuz he got a whole 45 to be foolish as a mofo. Let me just sit here. Let me just sit here and let him continue to prove himself to be a fool. So that's with age, I feel like it's our opportunity to show and prove what we've learned throughout our life. It's our opportunity to take those chances. Like, if you weren't a risk taker in your younger years, don't be afraid to be a risk taker now that you're older. Like I wrote in the description of this video, the flesh only dies once, but your mind lives every single day that it lets you know it's alive. So live, push yourself to the limits, push your mind to the limits. In my 20s, hello, hey Bonnie. In my 20s, what I used to do for fun, just to increase my vocabulary, because I've always been an avid reader, always from a little girl. I've always been an avid reader. Um, that's just it. And I didn't read nonsense. I've always been a reader. Teen years, I was always a reader. My mom bought me the book by Dr. Ben Carson. I was 13 or 14. Think Big. It was mine. It wasn't the family's. It was mine. She bought it for me as a gift. The full Encyclopedia Britannica. That was mine. So in my early 20s, I used to look through the dictionary, starting from A. And that's so true, absolutely. And I would write a word that I didn't know, write the definition, and then I would use that word in a paragraph. And I would do that A, B, C. I would do that all the way through. Of course, not all in one setting, but every day I did a different letter. I attempted to do that with my kids when they was teenagers, and they just absolutely hated it and hated me for it. But anyway, that's what I did. And I feel like, and I was a risk taker in my 20s. And even looking back, I could have taken more risk in certain areas. Um, but I like where I am right now. So, I knew at 19 that regrets isn't anything that I would have. Someone asked me that at 19. I was like, no, I have no regrets. No regrets about any portion of my life. And at 19, I was a mother of two kids. Me and their dad had two kids already by the time I was 19. And I had no regrets. I don't have any regrets. And being here right now, as I sit in front of you, can't think of one, not a one. But one thing that I can take from what I just said, I probably could have taken more risk in certain areas. Um, I'm doing that now. I'm doing that now because what I was doing then, which is what I needed to be doing, which was a lot of self reflection, um, a lot of um, isolation, a lot of meditation. I became my own therapist at 12 years of age. So most of all of my young adult life was spent in isolation and meditation. I used to do a lot of poetry writing, and I just spent a lot of time with myself. And I'm the youngest and the only girl, so I enjoy being with myself. I prefer to be with myself. I don't prefer to have people around me. I don't prefer to be in the presence of or in the midst of or none of that. I prefer solitude. I prefer to think. I prefer silence so I can think. I prefer to write, I prefer to research. I'm one that will go down rabbit holes of information. Rabbit holes, happily, okay? I will happily go down rabbit holes of information. So that's me. And now at this age, with the wisdom that I've been granted and the knowledge that I've acquired and the experience that I've acquired, I feel like I'm in the best position of my life having fully grown adult children who live in a totally different state, being a nomad, which I was a nomad before I became a mobile dweller. Being a nomad, I'm in the best position of my life to take those risks on business, on entrepreneurship, on really diving in to figure it out. And not even to figure it out, to allow it to happen, you know? Yes, I did the same thing. Words are key to many doors. Yep. Yep. Words are life is what my mom used to say, and she got it from scripture. And that's what scripture say. Words are life. My words will not come back to me void. And so I'm very cautious with my words. And that's why I'm saying now is the time for me to take those risks because I can't fail. And that's just a fact of the matter. That isn't to say I won't mess up. That's to say I cannot fail. And I cannot fail because even up to this point, I cannot quit. I will not quit. I do not quit. I don't call defeat. I'm not calling uncle. I'm not calling auntie. I'm not tapping out. And that's been my life. That's why I'm here right now. I don't I don't accept defeat. It's not over until my last breath. So as long as every day my mind lets me know, "Oh, hey, we here." Oh, I'm winning. I'm winning cuz I'm coming right back out here. I'm going to give it another shot. I'm going to do it again. Anytime I fall, if I fall on level 63, I'm getting back up on level 81 because I'm not getting back up on the same place where I fell. I'm getting back up from experience. So now, okay, I recognize why and how I fell on level 63, and I recognize what I can do to get beyond that. So let me just go ahead and get back up and go ahead and climb on up there to level 81. And now, oh, this is a whole new set of everything. So let me use what I've learned, on all those previous levels. And yeah, so then I'll keep going. And maybe when I get to level 89, I may fall again, but I'm also not going to fall below level 63. And more than likely, I'm not going to fall below level 81 because I retain what I've learned. I implement what I learned at the speed of, I take action at the speed of direction. I don't sit up and wait and ponder and lollygag and weigh all the cons against the pros. I take action at the speed of direction. On your marks, get set, go, and I'm gone. I'm gone. That's me. So if I fall on level 89, all right, all right. And here's a tangible, um, real life type of example. So I'm learning French, right? I'm teaching myself French. And this is one of many languages that I'm learning. So I'm learning French on a few different things, but on Duolingo, as you're going through, you have an opportunity. It'll say skip here. So then you can skip. You go there, and you have to pass. You can't get more than three wrong, or it won't let you on that level. And I skipped, I want to say, four levels. Now they're sending me new words that I hadn't learned in the previous lesson. And because I'm skipping, I hadn't learned these words at all. So I skipped that. I skipped the next level. I skipped the next level. I skipped the next level. For one, two, and three, my comprehension is through the roof. Okay, so I'm 49. Like I said, I'm 50. It's all the same. And when I was in school, we had reading and comprehension. It wasn't just reading, writing, reading and comprehension. Because if you don't understand what you just read, you may as well have not even read it if you don't understand what you just read. And if you can't, um, what's the word I'm looking for? If you can't predict and foresee, and if you can't use the context of how a word is being said to figure out what that word means, then when you fall, you may just get back up on the same level you fell from because your comprehension isn't there and you're not even cognizant of how or why you fell. You have no idea. It's all just, you're oblivious to the whole thing. But that's not who I am. So if I had $1 million donation right now, my first thing would be to seek out and hire an amazing, proven branding team, marketing team, and um, product development. That's what I would do because they would then become my coaches, right? They would become my coaches, and from there we would just build out the brand of not only this Clove Daily Cleanser and make it as phenomenal as it can be, specifically with van dwellers, van lifers in mind, specifically with us in mind. I would also go into formulating my Sage cleanser, and that one would highlight the exfoliating properties. I would also formulate, which on my last live I said I wasn't going to mention it, but this is the perfect time. I would also go into formulating um, rose hip, my rose hip cleanser, and it would just be, it would just be that. It would just be that. And then along with the marketing team, like myself, I would do a bunch of guerrilla marketing, to get it into the hands of as many van lifers as possible. And I would want to do that one on one. So this is where then I would put some money into my home, my mobile home, so that I can be sure that it, can take me around these different places, because I would want to meet the van lifers directly. I would want to, share it with them directly. I would want to tell them my story of why I even started making this in Le Chateau, just with the pennies that I had and the knowledge that I had, which is worth, in my mind, multi billions, you know? And that would be my process. That would be my process. I believe in um, circulation. I believe in circulation. So that's what I would do. And if you have an idea of something that you want to do, even if it's to become a van dweller, even if it's just part time, no matter what it is, don't let your age scare you or stop you. And especially when it comes to health and being in a certain shape and of a certain body size and having a certain amount of body fat percentage, we need to, especially us as women, as we get older, we need to be hell bent on having a lower body fat percentage, because like I said, I'm 50, and I can't say that this hurts because of that, and that hurts, and this hurts, and that hurts. None of that hurts. And I have all my female internal organs, you know, because again, I haven't eaten like garbage for 15 years. I haven't been a garbage disposal for crap for, I mean, 50 years. You know what I mean? I haven't just been sedentary for 50 years. So I think it's all just a matter of choice, and um, making our choices. Like, we make the list of our choices, and from those choices that we itemize, we make our decisions from that. Just because the world says this, and that, it doesn't mean you have to choose from that. I mean, I've always taken all that nonsense as just suggestions that don't apply to me. I felt like this my whole life. Like, none of that applies to me. You're not even talking to me. So that says what? That says I'm not listening. That simply says I'm not listening because you're not talking to me. It's just like when I'm on reels or on stories. If I see a short, whatever they're called, if I see one and someone said, and the person says, if you're a man, or if you're whatever it is, right? Whatever tagline it is, this isn't for you. You sure right. I'm not even interested in what you're about to say, because you're right. It's not for me. It's not for me. So let me just keep on scrolling. Like, why waste my time, and why listen to something that, to be forewarned is to be forearmed? You're telling me it's not for me. So let me just scroll. If you're over 40 and you have gut issues, uh, this is for you. Okay, well, let me just keep on scrolling, because yes, I'm over 40, but no, I don't have gut issues. Let me just keep going, you know. Um, and that's just that. And that's why, like, how many people in this position would even think like that, to say, if I had a $1 million donation right now, this is what I would do with it. Because I need to think like that, because I want to build bigger than a $1 million brand. So if I had a $1 million donation, if someone just happened to see my page, right, and they happen to come across my channel and watch my videos, and let's say they were more interested in seeing how I interact, so they watch my lives, And they're like, man. And let's say they come across this live next week. That's intriguing. Let's see. Let me hear what she's saying on that. You know? How many how many people that don't even have $1 million in a bank account anywhere. I don't have $1 million in cryptocurrency. I don't have $1 million in assets. I don't have $1 million in my possession right now, but somebody does. Somebody does. And I know what I would do with it. Somebody does have $1 million, and they have a $1 million to donate. People that donate $1 million, do you know what kind of tax write-off that is? Do you know what kind of trust they have? Do you know, especially if they want to donate it outside of their own foundation? Like, just think about how their financial life is set up. People that have $1 million to donate, their children's children are already taken care of in the trust. They're already taken care of. This $1 million donation isn't taken away from their great grandchildren. No, this ain't got nothing to do with that. They are already secured. Their bag is already secured. They're already going to be born with a whole company to run, much less anything less than that, right? So yeah, that's just that. So why think small when you can think big? Why think in lack when God and nature and everything shows us that there is nothing but abundance? Why would I think lack when I can it's easier for me to think abundantly? I bet you was no, I can't whistle at all. I just got beautiful lips. So sorry, that didn't work. No, I can't whistle at all. No kind of way. Not with my fingers, not I can't whistle. So you would have been better off to just say, you have beautiful lips. Because no, I can't whistle. Even with my gaps, I can't whistle, if that's what you mean. Either way, I can't whistle. So whatever you were thinking, um, thank you for showing us how your mind works. Because nope, nope, sorry. I cannot whistle. And I stopped trying in my I want to say my late 20s, my mid to late 20s. I stopped trying cuz I used to try to figure out how to whistle. No, I can't whistle. So, whoever told you people with beautiful full lips or people with a mouth full of gaps can whistle, they lied to you, and I think you should go address them about that for real, because you just made a public comment to prove my statement on how, you know. But anyway, like I was saying, why would I think of lack when I can just think abundantly? You know what I mean? There's no sense in doing that. It doesn't make sense to do that. It doesn't make sense to me. It may make sense to somebody, but it doesn't make sense to me to think of lack when every single thing shows me that this life is abundant. And what's better than being a human being? Just so annoying. I mean, when people say I'm only human, I, it's been decades. I'm just like, that's such an insult, because what's better than being human? We are the only ones that, for one, was created in God's image. And for two, we're the only ones who have spoken word. Isn't that how everything was formed? God said, let there be light. God said. Even God said, "My words will not come back to me void." What's greater than being human? We're the only ones who can become more than what we are. We're the only ones. Giraffe didn't build airplanes. Giraffe didn't build the first vacuum cleaner. Goats didn't make trains and automobiles. Are you serious? A goat can only be a goat from the time that it's a goat. Like there's nothing greater. We're the only creation that can control our mind. We can control our own thoughts. You can have a negative thought come in and say, "Oh, mm, mm, mm." You got to vacate and replace it with a thought that you choose. We're the only ones who can think so negatively about a future event that it can cause us to have physical ailments. It's called anxiety. We're the only we're the only ones who can do that. That's the power of the mind. We're the only people who can live so strongly in the memory of yesteryear that it caused us to not be able to get up and move and clean up and get dressed and bathe. It's called depression. We're the only ones who can experience that. And I said these things to just emphasize the power of the mind, because at that same tone, we're the only ones that can think on what scripture say, things that are good and that are lovely and of good report. We're the only ones. Why would God tell human beings to think on things that are just and right and are lovely and of good report? To think on these things, because that is where our reality is formed, in the mind, in the imagination. So I don't think of anything as lack. I don't think in lack. I don't think in I can't. I think, and I'm being dead ass. I think in how can I? How can I make this work? How can I make this work? And I sit quiet and I sit still and I do research and I look for the answer. Seek and ye shall find. Knock and the door shall be open. Ask. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I do. So that's exactly what I would do on a larger scale if I had a $1 million donation, because I know somebody, even the business that I'm building in my mind, the customers, everything, it's already there. When I put out for the testers, and I don't, once again, I don't focus on the lower half. I focus on the top portion. I had I believe 8 people say yes to be a tester, and I ended up with 3 testers. These are the 3 best testers I could have ended up with, as far as I'm concerned. Okay, as far as I'm concerned, and I said that to myself this morning. Matter of fact, last night, and I said it again this morning. I ended up with the 3 best testers that I could have possibly ended up with. Why focus on the rest when now I have actual testers who will have my product in their hand, who are going to give me a review, who's going to use it? You know what I mean? And I feel like they're going to be sincere because they went through the whole process. So they are invested. They are invested. I don't believe, I know for a fact they're not wishing this fail. They're not thinking, "Oh, I hope this product is shit." No, I already know they're thinking, "I hope this is so good. I hope this is so good." So, you know, and on my last live, like I said, on that live, I am expecting to have some people who volunteer to be testers. Because why would I expect, I don't speak negatively about me or anybody else, because if I if I'm to speak negatively about you, that means I am accustomed to speaking negatively about me. And I'm not. And I'm not. I'm just absolutely not. I think I'm dope. I think I'm dope as hell. And at 12 years old, the first thing I did as becoming my own therapist, because I thought I was cute that day, I thought what I had on was perfect. And this is probably why God put it on me to become my own therapist this particular day. The very first thing I did, and this was, I think, 1986, the very first thing I did was I did mirror work. Before I got undressed at the end of the day, I was in the bathroom and I looked in the mirror and I looked at my face. I started with my face and I pointed out all of my features that I liked. I pointed out all of the things about me that I liked, right? And so that's where it all started. That's where it all started. And that was just that. So, you know, and that was back when I really used to try to whistle. So, you know, although my lips are one of my favorite features, it's not the favorite. Actually, my eyes are my favorite feature, and my cheekbones, and my nose, and my lips. And I love my dimples. And I love the shape of my face. But I love my eyes and my eyebrows. But anyway, I'm just saying that to say it's not in me to speak negatively about myself, about my ability. I am extremely talented. I am beyond creative. I've also, when I see people who I feel are more creative than me, it doesn't make me feel bad. If y'all really knew how hard I cheer for people, I love to see people win. People I know, people I don't know. I go, and if I know the people, like some of my girlfriends from beauty school, I go hard for people. I'm the type of person that'll send somebody a big, elaborate happy birth anniversary. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just going to post HBD, or I'm not just going to, no, I go hard for people. I root, I root loudly for people because I root loudly for me. I'm my biggest cheerleader. I'm my biggest cheerleader. You know, I feel like God did an amazing job with me. And I feel like it would be it would be a slap in my face in front of God to diminish the me that He created me. So, it's just, I expect the best, even when things are looking the worst. I still expect that because my whole life has shown me God always takes care of me. And that's why I can sit here and title this live and even have it written down what I would do with a $1 million donation, because I thought about it. And that's why I said right now, what I would do right now with a $1 million donation. That's what I would do right now. I wouldn't put money in the bank because I understand inflammation. I understand. I understand inflation. I understand inflammation too, which is why I'm starting off with this clove cleanser, and why I put marshmallow root in it, because marshmallow root does reduce inflammation. So I understand that as well. But I meant to say inflation. Okay, inflation. But yeah. So uh, that's what I would do. I definitely wouldn't just dump a bunch of money in the bank for Federal Reserve banking to take a hold of it and immediately take 90% and start loaning it out and making a bunch of money off of it. Um, I mean, fractional. fractional reserve banking. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't do that. I would try and utilize as much of it for the growth of my brand and business as possible. Yeah. And then whatever didn't need to be used at that moment, that would just be reserved, cash reserves for when we needed it. You know what I'm saying? Just like that. But no, it wouldn't be my intent, and my utilization would not be to spend. It would be to invest for a bigger return. It wouldn't be to just spend for nothing but a receipt. Mm-mm, mm-mm, no, because that's useless. It's just that's useless, and that won't help anybody. If I'm just spending and all I'm getting back is a receipt, I can't help anybody with that. I can't help anybody with that at all. I can't even uh in the future with that. That's not even going to help me build the women's shelter, the women's transitional housing that I want to build. Only investing it, only making this right here investment to build this brand and this product so that the profits, the gains from this, I can then invest into something else that will produce more profits, and then invest into my women's transitional housing that I want to build, and structure that out. You know what I mean? And that's what it will be from there. And eventually that's when I would build my trust. The women's transitional housing would be built within my foundation. All that would be put into a trust, and now we circulate it. Now we circulate it to, whereas my children's children are now taken care of, because now the foundation has been laid, has been set, and it's working, you know? And I would just continue to do that with all of the ideas that I have to um, implement the things that I want to implement. So, yeah, if I had $1 million donation right now, it would definitely go to good use. It would definitely go to good use on building and expanding this amazing, amazing mobile dweller, van lifer cleanser, because this is amazing. This is amazing. And so that's a great segue. I do want to tell y'all a little bit more about this. So, why is it specifically, not only, but why is it specifically for van lifers? Because I will always keep it a liquid formula, because what I've found from using a gel body wash, and I used to use the Dr. Teal's, using a body wash that is a bit more viscose, a bit more, solid. In between our showers, we just use wipes, and it takes so many wipes to get that off. And also, there's a lot more than four ingredients or three ingredients in those products. And I don't want any of that. So this is specifically for mobile dwellers, because it's loose and it rinses off very, very well. You can use one wipe, pour this on, and wash your face, and then use another one to wipe it off. It's so cleansing. This is, as you're washing your face or your body, you feel it breaking through the soap. I mean, breaking through the dirt or the oil. Like you feel it. You feel it. You feel when it's to the point to where, oh, this is clean, clean now. Oh shit. Okay, that's clean, clean now. You know what I mean? And you don't know what I mean, but if you try this product, eventually you'll know what I mean. And so it doesn't require as many wipes. It's one of the most cleansing products that I've used since I've been a van lifer. Hello, hello. What's up? Show me stay sis. It's definitely one of if not the, because like I said, I'm 50, 49, 50. Um this is the best cleaning product that I've ever used. Seriously. And so yeah, I always wanted to stay liquid like that because it is made specifically with us in mind. Now, a traditional perfect timing you came on here, Broja. It can be used, if you're a traditional liver and you just take traditional showers in a shower, it can be used absolutely. I would recommend you washing in sections because it is loose and so cleansing. Mainly because it's so loose, it doesn't stay on the body and go as far like your regular gel body washes do, that also have more chemical ingredients in it. So if you want to use it in the shower, you absolutely can. Just wash your body in sections. Wash the top half first, rinse, and then wash the bottom half, because and depending on how tall you are, like me, I have very long limbs. I'm only 5'6", but I have long legs and long arms. So when it comes to my bottom half, I wash one leg first and then the other leg. I mean, I've tried to do both, but it's just my legs are way too long. Hello, hello. Didn't you say that you also use it on your hair? I did. Now, this this one I didn't, but because my last formula I did, and this one has more marshmallow root in it, I think this one would be even better for the hair. Is Yeah, yeah. So, but this is what I have left after sending you guys your samples. Um, so when I do shower, which it needs to be sometime this week, I need to shower this week. Hello, hello. I am gonna wash my hair with it. But I do have, like, I made myself a marshmallow root gel. Marshmallow root is excellent. It's very moisturizing for the skin and hair. It's like I said, it helps reduces inflammation. I can't wait to try it. I know I can't wait for you to try it. I'm very excited. Um, but that's what I was saying. If I had a $1 million donation, y'all can watch the replay of this. I think there's a lot that people can take away from it. I don't think this is a boring live at all. So definitely watch the replay when it ends, the first part that you missed, um, so you can see what I said. Because the title isn't misleading. I actually went into in depth what I would do if I had a $1 million donation, and it does involve this at the start. So, but I do plan to keep it liquid. Now, here's the thing also. My next one, I will be making my own brochure. I will be making my own Castile soap. And I'm still not using what I'm going to use for my lye water. I'm using sodium bicarbonate, which is baking soda. I'm using baking soda. Baking soda is cleansing, exfoliating. It's great for the skin. It softens the skin. And we all know baking soda. We all love baking soda. You know what I mean? Um, that's what I'm using. I'm not using, um, what is it, potassium. Hey, Quan. I'm not using, what is it, potassium hydroxide, something like that. Yeah, I'm not using lye. I'm not using wood ash. Um, I'm going to use baking soda. I mean, I use so I'm O blood type, and for those who've been following my page know that well, now I'm carnivore, but I started before carnivore. I was eating for my O blood type, and coconuts, coconut oil, avocado. There's a lot of stuff that are on my list of avoid for the O blood type. But this is my deodorant right here. It's coconut oil with a couple of drops of tea tree essential oil and baking soda. So I pour my baking soda in here. Mm, Yep. So I use this for my deodorants and my toothpaste because I don't swallow it. Right. So this is my toothpaste and my deodorant. I've been going back and watching older videos and the new ones. Much love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. So, um, yeah, my my prayer is that with the testers, like I said, I got the three best testers. In my mind, these testers are the best testers that God could have allowed me to have. And so I want to build great relationships with them, with you guys. You are very knowledgeable. Thank you. I study a lot. And that's what scripture says. Study to show thyself approved. Um, but I've studied a lot over the course of my life. But yeah, I want to build great relationships because I want my testers, at, if not all, at least one of this first round of testers to be a part of this brand in the long term, to be there to say, when we started this, I was there when she started this. And with that, to be a big part of the 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 brand, the product, and just everything about the company. That's my prayer. That's my prayer. Really, it's not all in vain. It's not just for nothing. I want these relationships to grow for real, because that's how, like I put on my post, that's how business and business partnerships are formed. And just the fact that y'all are invested and are willing to invest, even just by paying the shipping, the fact that y'all were willing to pay the shipping for this product, even if it's, no matter what the reason is, right? That right there is an investment. It's an investment, and it's a level of, I believe in this product before I even use this product. I believe in the person making this product. I believe in, like what you just said, I believe in her knowledge. So I believe she knows what she knows, and I want to be a part of that. That, I fucks with that. I fucks with that. So I'm excited about this. But again, I always wanted to be liquid because it is made with mobile dwellers in mind. And those little wipes that we use, I think I think it's valuable, the fact that this rinses off so clean with fewer wipes than what the gel body washes rinse off with. Like, I used to go through a lot of them a lot of my body, a lot of my washcloths when I was using Dr. Teal's. I would go through a lot. And then I was like, okay, well, let me use less. Let me try and drop, let me try and put the smallest little drop on here so I don't, but then it's not enough to really get clean. You know what I mean? Whereas this right here, it doesn't take a lot. It doesn't take a lot. And because it's so liquid, and it lathers so well, I can poop, squirt, and then get a good lather. And baby, I can wash. And when I tell you the clean, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for my testers to use this product, because this product it's to be made here in Le Chateau with just my knowledge of knowing how to make product, knowing what ingredients to use, natural ingredients, is bomb. It is bomb. I mean, I would wash my face for y'all right now, but I don't know if it'll. I was looking for, you know what I was doing? I have a tinted moisturizer. I think it's Huda Beauty, and I don't know where it is. I don't know where it is, but yeah, I was, but because to see it in action, and it probably won't, because my face looks pretty good right now. So even if I wash my face right now, it probably, but you know what? You know what? I'm gonna do it because it would be good. It would be good because I'm gonna wash my face and I'm not gonna moisturize, and you're gonna see. So take a screenshot of how my face looks right now, and my face is washed. I didn't wash it with this morning. I washed it with my other one, and moisturized. I use my oil that I make. So let's see this live in action. Let's see this live in action. Okay. And I don't like to pour it right out of the bottle, so I'm going to pour it in here. And for those who haven't seen it, this will also give you an opportunity to see what it looks like. It's the smell. But make sure y'all take note of what this looks like beforehand, right? So this is what it looks like. That's better. This is how it looks. And here's the thing too. For traditional livers, I know it's like, oh, that's weird. It's such a liquid body wash. But it really isn't. It really isn't. And I do want to have it in. Here's how I want my packaging to be. I want my packaging to be a squirt bottle like this. Like, disregard the bottle, but I want it to be this type of squirt bottle. So this is my other one, and this is what I use. A pump like that. So that's the type of bottle I want it to be in. A little goes a long way. I'm telling you. All right, so that's a bit much because I'm just washing my face. I'm only washing my face, and I use these. I use these. This is how big they are. I fold it in half. I make sure the cup. Mm. And if you use a washcloth or a sponge, just make sure it's good and wet. So I don't want nothing in my way. I don't want nothing in my way. All right. So I got it rubbed in. Yep. There go that oil. And my oil that I use on my face is castor oil. castor oil with tea tree. I mix it myself. There you go. Oh, ooh, it smells good. It feels good. I love it. And I'm not scrubbing or rubbing my face hard at all. I don't treat my face like that. Yep, look at that. I love your video. Thank you. All right, so that's it. It's all off. It's all off. Now, let's get the soap off. So I got another one. And see, going in with this one, it feels totally different. It feels like I'm wiping it over a clean, dry. You know how when plastic is squeaky clean, like when you washing that plastic bowl, hopefully y'all washing y'all dishes that good to where yep, that's how your skin gonna feel after this. Only it won't be dry. And so I'm gonna I wish I could do a time lapse. But if you look at my last video, my most recent video, you'll be able to see it in there, but you won't quite know the real time, except for those who were on my live. And that's it. Like it's the soap is off. The soap is actually off. So imagine for those who live traditionally or for when I shower, when I'm able to rinse it with my water, right? With my shower. It rinses off so clean and so easy. And it doesn't feel slick afterwards, you know? And what I like about it being moisturizing is it doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like there's a cold cream or moisturizer on my face. Mm-mm. It doesn't feel like that. It just feels soft. Um, Marshmallow root also helps to soften the skin. So, yeah. And that's it. That's it right there. That's it right there. I'm not going to moisturize. I'm not going to do anything. I mean, I am, but I'm just going to let y'all see this for a minute. I'm just going to let y'all see this. Now, y'all just saw me wash my face. So, I'm just going to let y'all see this for a minute, right? Because stop playing with your girl. It also marshmallow root. It helps to reduce dark circles. It's skin brightening. Not, I'm not into the skin whitening or the skin lightening, but brightening, right? Just to bring life back into the skin. You know what I mean? Just even your body skin just brings life into it. You know what I'm saying? And then add to that glow. Okay, it's the glow for me too. It's the glow for me, Quan. I'm telling you. If you see the last video I just posted, that's what I said. When I came back, I was like, Yeah, I just used it. It's the glow for me. It's the glow for me. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. It also helps to reduce fine lines, along with the clove. Marshmallow root also is believed to help with skin disorders like eczema and dermatitis. I'm telling you, for real. I'm telling you. And so for me, like if I use a very drying um, cleanser, then you'll really start to see the ashiness come around here. It'll, and I'm not saying it in a negative. When you wash your skin, especially, ain't no especially, everybody, because I lived in Minnesota for a long time, and you know how many ashy ankle white folks I done seen. And I'm like, you don't see that? You don't see that your ass is ashy? Everybody's skin get ashy, baby. So it's just more pronounced with our melanin. I ain't lying. Be like, you too ashy. But I'm just saying, you know, it's just I made sure to because you still like I feel like my face has been washed because it has, and I'm only doing this just to show y'all. But I want to moisturize my face right now, but it doesn't feel like it's cracking or nothing like that. You know what I mean? Let me turn my light down a little bit. You see what I'm saying? Like the formula is formulated for moisture. You see, and it's still not. It's still not, and it's just glowing. So yeah, that's what it do. I think that will work to help my. Yep, and large for. Yep, yep. That's exactly. I think so too, Quan. I think so too. hmm So yeah, I really love. I really really love this product. I really 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 love it. I really 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 do love it. I'm very proud of it. I like it. And I think as it gets into the hands of everybody, but I emphasize van lifers because um, we don't have anything that is specifically with us in mind. It's formulated with us in mind, it's made with us in mind, it's made with our lifestyle in mind. Because when I think about, there's two people I'm thinking about specifically. Chrome of Van City Van Life and this other what is her name? Lauren? I don't know, but her channel, I think she's just on Instagram, Slow Roamer. These are two people that I'm thinking about specifically because they essentially live outdoors, right? And just the fact that it cuts the dirt and cleans so quickly and effortlessly, and it doesn't require the use of so many wipes, I could see them appreciating it. I could see them really appreciating the fact that they were thought about, not them individually, but me being a van lifer. The fact that I'm thinking about how we bathe in between our showers. The fact, I think what was it, Ellen? But she was like, I can't believe I'm going on Ellen because I think one time she had been 6 weeks between showers. And what blows my mind is the fact that we're adults. Like, if nothing else, you know how to keep your badussi and your underarms clean. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. You know how to stay keep yourself from, maybe I can just speak for myself, but even she was like, "Come on now. It's not that big of a deal." Not to us anyway, because you know how to keep the things, clean from smelling, to where you don't feel ashamed to, if you meet somebody, and give them a hug. You know what I mean? Just because I haven't stood under a shower in 6 weeks doesn't mean I haven't cleaned my body, and that may not make sense to traditional livers, but it makes sense to me. So in between those showers, that is why I came up with this, because I was struggling with the Dr. Teals. I was struggling. And then the little dab I would use, it seems like the more wipes that I would need to use, because now this little bitty dime size amount isn't getting me clean, and then I got to use so many more wipes to wash this gel off of me, you know? Some don't seem to smell themselves. True, 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 true. I don't know this personally, but my aunties and uncles used to say that my grandmama used to say it hit your nose first. And all I know is it hit your nose first. That's what I do know. I do know that that is a true saying. It that is the truth. That is a fact. It hit your nose first. And goddamn me, if you can't smell you, either your nose don't work or you just immune to your funk. Either way, I got you. Either way, I got you. What? No way! Oh my god! Thank you. I got a super chat. Still all right. Thank you for thinking about us van lifers with healthy body care products. We need this, and I can't wait to buy some. Yes! Thank you for my first super chat. I'm geeked. I didn't know what that would look like. That's dope. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's dope. That's so dope. That's so dope. Yeah, because I'm telling y'all what the struggle was. What the struggle was. And more than that, like, I make so many of my own things. I just wanted something without all the bull crap. I just wanted something without all the bull crap in it that was good. Like, do y'all see this, right? Maybe I should turn it off. Y'all see this, right? Like, I'm still not ashy, but it's the clean is cleaning. You hear me? The clean is cleaning. It is so cleansing. You see this, right? You see this, right? And it's clean. It's clean. It's okay, so I can go and moisturize my face now. Because I'm telling you, I love it. I love it. And I think y'all are gonna love it too, for real. But we gotta go through the whole process, get the feedback, really get the formula dialed in. And like I said, I'm going to make my own Castile soap. And all that's gonna be documented here, because like I said, I wanna give my other brothers and sisters that are in my age group, from the 30s, the mid 30s on up. Um, I just want to let everybody know that it is possible. It don't matter if you live traditional. It doesn't matter what your age is, but especially for those of us older in life, I feel like this is the best part of this is, man, Team Gen X. Like, how can we go wrong? How can you go wrong being in your 40s? How can you go wrong being in your 50s? You have decades of experience to draw from, to pull from. Give it a shot. Take your 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 shot. Because the only failure is not doing it. The only failure is not taking that shot. I don't know who said it, but you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. You miss 100% of the balls that you don't swing at. Swing. You are up to bat. And and we from the show me state. What did Nelly say? Batter up, batter up, bat. You up to bat. You up to bat, sis. Bro, you're up to bat. It's your at bat. Ain't that what Gary V say? It's your at bat. What Eminem say? If you only had one shot, would you take it? Yes, go for it. Go for it. Pay attention to every move you're making. Pay attention to everything that doesn't work. Pay attention to everything that does work. And then really analyze why it worked. Be strategic about why you're doing what you're doing. Because, we're of the age to where we don't have to just swing in the dark. We have experience to draw on. When I turned 40, I had 3 photo shoots, and I told everybody about them for months before. Everyone knew I was turning 40 6 months before October 15th, when I actually turned 40. And I had 3 photo shoots. I was so motherfucking excited to turn 40. You couldn't tell me nothing. I was fit. Whoo, baby. Whoo, baby. I was putting in that work. Because keep in mind, what did I say when I was 20? Mm-mm. And I was married in my 30s. And I was married to an African. And I cooked. I cooked my face off. I cooked my face off, baby, okay? And I was cooking his traditional food. So no, I didn't get fat. But they call it marriage weight and happy weight. So at 35, I was like, ooh, I do not want to turn 40 fat. So I had bought Sean T's Insanity. But I was married to a jealous hater. So he made me stop after 2 weeks when he saw, because I have a very high metabolism. So I lose weight and get in shape very fast. But again, I'm an athlete. So it's just muscle memory. So anyway, when I got divorced at 39, um, I was like, okay, okay. And I ended up buying your skin looks freaking awesome. Thank you. I ended up buying Sean T's T25, right? So yeah, I put in that work. But when I turned 40, I'm telling you, your girl was a fucking shit brick house, okay? Your girl was fit like that. Yeah, okay? I got the pictures to prove it. I'm telling you. Hey, you are so pretty. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, Abigail. But I just feel like the older we get, I feel like the bolder we should be. The more chances we should take. I just, I'm against that. Oh, because, this hurts because I'm 45. No, I disagree. I disagree. I disagree. And if you take care of yourself well, it's only going to be the gray hairs around your hairline that give away your age. Because, baby, if I take this off, these gray hairs right here, it'll be like, oh, okay, now I see 49. Now I see the 50 that she talking about. Okay. Uh, but my size, um, even just my outlook, I just don't believe, in, I believe just the opposite, just the opposite. I'm 49 from London. Welcome. Bienvenue chez moi. That's what's up. And life is amazing. Tell me life isn't great. Life is great. Life is great because and then here's the thing. I'm preparing myself right now. That's why I went carnivore because I'm expecting my body to go through internal physical changes, especially as a woman, right? Menopause and whatever else at 50. But here's the thing. When I turned 30, I actually felt my light bulb being changed from my 20s. I felt the light bulb being, I felt brighter. I immediately from 29 to 30, I see things differently. I'm not BSing you. Immediately. And that was the first time I thought about the Queens of Comedy. What's old girl in the Queens of Comedy that said that? She's the one that said that. How you from 30 to 40 to 50. And immediately when I turned 30, I felt it. When I from 39 to 40, that light bulb was even brighter. It was even more of a difference, more of a noticeable difference in my mindset and how I view things from 39 to 40. I mean, it's amazing. And so I'm just preparing myself for what I even don't know to be prepared for. But I know at 50, shit's gonna be different. I know shit, and not on the negative. I don't think it's on the negative. I'm preparing myself for all the greatness that 50 and the 50s has to offer me, baby. And I'm like this. I saw this reel. It was a black preacher. I saw it like maybe an hour before I set up this live. And it was two young boys on stage. They looked like they was maybe 5 years apart. So he had a football. The preacher had a football, and he said, "All right, get ready, get set. Let me get something." And then he did like that. The little boy, he got in position like this. The older boy, he stayed with his hands down. He said, "Freeze." The preacher said, "Freeze." He said, "Now look at the difference in their position. Which one would you throw the ball to?" The one who changed his position. He's like this, like he's ready to catch the ball. And the preacher said, "This is what you got to do. In order for God to change his position, you got to get ready. Like you got to change your position. You all these things are prepared to come your way, and you standing there with your hands down. You're in the game, right? You're in the game, and you know you're in the game because you're breathing, but you standing here with your hands in your pocket. Like you're not expecting anything. Of course you're gonna get overlooked. Of course you're gonna drop the ball because you don't have your hands out. You didn't change your stance. You're not ready. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I wake up like this. I wake up like I got my mitt. I'm ready. I'm ready. And not only am I ready, but I'm like this too. I'm look, offense. I'm ready. I'm ready. So I'm geeked. I'm more geeked about turning 50 than I was about turning 40, because 50 is just a whole new level of knowledge. And I can't even imagine, but I'm just, my prayer is from long time ago, just for more wisdom. You know what I mean? To not miss the lessons of my life. So I'm just preparing for 50, baby. 10-15. Literally shine bright like a diamond, okay? From 45, I felt knackered. This last year, this last year has unlocked levels for me. I look forward to the continued growth. That's right. That's right. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. And let me share this with y'all as well because I think it's important. I got the glare from the sun setting coming off this window right here at the library. Damn, and it just blinded the mess out of me. If you was my girlfriend, I would look forward to 50. Well, I am divorced and single. Sadly, I am no one's girlfriend. I'm nobody's woman. So only God knows what the future holds. I hope to be one day. I hope to be somebody's woman again. I hope to be. But for now, I just gotta keep working on making my ideas come to life. Keep working my imagination on how I want to impact those who want to be impacted. So, but you know, let me tell y'all, my 2023 was full of growth. Thank you, Gary. My 2023 was beautiful growth. I spent pretty much all of the year um, immobile. Pretty much all of 2023, um, I was being sharpened, and I did not complain. Those who were following my Mercedes Mansion Instagram page, they saw me walking. They saw, because my home, the Mercedes Mansion, it was only my home. It was no longer my vehicle. It I had oil leaks coming from everywhere. I could not find a mechanic. Um, but God has showed me everything was going to be okay. I had a vision, and I believe, from my very first vision at 5 years old, I believe in my visions because they all, whether it's somebody, when God showed me something or let me hear something, then it happens, right? Like right after that, and to grow up like that, I just don't doubt it. And so when it's something, I don't doubt it, whether it's something with me or someone else. Um, but I remember telling the people on my page, I said, y'all see me in this position. I already see me in the next. And they never heard me complain. I was walking to my client back and forth. Um, I was going weeks and weeks and weeks in between showers, because to walk to Planet Fitness, to shower, and then have to walk back and sweating it out, because that's a hell of a walk. Like I was immobile. I was immobile. The mansion was only my home, and God put so many people in place to protect me, even police officers, because like I said before, even when they would come, when it was mobile, I'm showing them around. Like, I just love my home and my lifestyle. But God put God had everybody looking out for me, and I don't even know who these people are. Somebody every few weeks would just drop off a plastic bag outside of the mansion with bottles of water and toilet paper and just different things in it. And like, it would just be there, and I didn't know what was what. I didn't know where it came from. I would just say a thank you out loud. And this happened, I think, like 3 times. The police have recognized the mansion, and they didn't. When I saw them, they was like, I knew that was your, I didn't want to tell you. And this was the day before my clients ended up, and this is how it all ended, right? So after 7 months, I texted my clients one day. I was on my way, and I said something. And so when I got to their home, she said, the wife, it's a husband and wife, and they have some toddlers. She said, we were talking, and we want to help you get the mansion fixed. I was like, y'all just don't know. I had put on a fundraiser where I made my crochet blankets. That was it was a learning lesson, but I didn't gain anything from that. I mean, that was not a gain for me at all. But I put on a fundraiser. I was doing everything I could to come up with the money, because the one European auto shop I went to, he gave me a quote of $3,500 to fix all of the oil leaks and everything. So I was like, okay, let me put on a fundraiser. I had a huge community on Instagram, and they were just like, nobody really came through. I don't even think I made $500. I don't even think I raised $500. I think I raised 450. Um, And it got me nowhere. It got me nowhere. Yeah, so that was quite a few months before my clients was like, "We want to help you get the mansion fixed," and I was just like, "Are you serious?" She said, "We've been discussing it," and I'm like, "Y'all just been discussing me and my issue just on y'all own, just on y'all own," and I was so touched. So I ended up finding a different mechanic, very honest dude, and I'm very upfront. So I told him, this is my home. My clients are paying for this for me, yada yada. So as it turned out, he told the husband, he was like, okay, it'll be just under $5,000 to get it fixed. He said, but I'm gonna be honest with you, it won't last. And if you want to help Shalonda, your best bet will be to get her something different. He said a Toyota Sienna. He said that would be your best bet, to just get her something different. And they actually bought this for me. They bought Le Chateau for me. They was like, okay, we'll just start looking for things. And not only that, but the wife, she's the one who found it. She's the one who selected it and was like, and it was $2,000 more than the price points of the vehicles that I had been sending them. And so I was just like, but here's this. When I was in the mansion, I had a vision, and it was of me driving out of Cali with my left hand on top of a gray steering wheel. This is the steering wheel. This thick Dodge steering wheel is the steering wheel that I saw. And what I'm getting around to is, for all those months, I never complained. I never talked shit. I never cursed myself, God. I never cursed the mansion. I never cursed the situation. I just kept it moving, because at the end of the day, I'm always taken care of. And my life has shown me that. I have no reason to curse God, because, for one, I do believe that God is in me. I don't believe in religion, in man's religion, and I don't believe God is some invisible being in the sky. I believe that I am, right? So I have no reason to not believe. And when I see things before they happen and hear things before they're said, I know that there's a God, because I'm not insane. I wasn't insane at 5 years old. You know what I'm saying? I may be crazy, odd, unpredictable, non-conforming, but I'm not insane. That's for fucking sure. And they just, and not only that, but they wanted to do it. They wanted to do it. Like, when we went and got it, and I came back, because some things you don't know how you're going to feel until the moment. And I was just stuck. And then these tears are just coming. And my client, she was, because they have a new baby, and she was nursing the baby, and then she started crying. And, it was just such a beautiful moment. But I had no idea that those feelings, because, when you are a giver, because you love giving of your time, yourself, your knowledge, you love helping, this is just who you are. To have someone gift something to me of such great monetary value, and then the value that it means to me is more than the cost of it. Like, what this means to me, you just gave me a new home. That, to me, the value is worth more than the dollar amount that you paid. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. You know what I mean? It's just like, this is why I am who I am. This is why I've always been who I've been, and why I never expected anything from anyone I've ever helped, anyone I've ever looked out for, anyone I ever cheered for, rooted for, gave to. Anytime me and my mother and I were feeding the homeless and bringing them into our home, treating them as human beings. Me on my own as a married woman, feeding, going to the shelter, buying the food, cooking the food, feeding them, because this is a shelter that I was in, feeding homeless here in California, cooking, feeding them, sitting down with them, eating with them, because we are all the same. It's like this gift right here was just everything to me. It was everything to me. And then to look back on 2023, on how all of that whole year was just strengthening me, strengthening my faith, strengthening my belief, just strengthening my vision, just strengthening me. Challenge after challenge after challenge after challenge. And not one time did I, off camera, offline, cry on my bed saying, God, why? Not once. Not once. I mean, not one time, because that's just not what I do. That's just not, of all of my life and all of the challenges I've had, that's just not what I do. Because one thing I know, that everything that happens is happening for me. That I believe. I believe that. I really believe that. Like I believe my mother told me what my name is. I believe my name is Shalonda Elise. I can't confirm it because I wasn't there, but I believe it. You know what I mean? Yes, the visions are accurate as fuck, no matter how far in advance. That's true. Wow, that just put a smile on my face. That's awesome. Yeah, it so I just said that to say, um, no matter, for me, no matter what I go through in a year, it's always great. It's always great. At the beginning of this year, everyone, and it's the same thing. Everyone want to get people to say the same thing. Ooh, we glad. Look, don't put me in that. Don't put me in that. Don't put me in that. 2023 was great for me. It was great for me because all the things I experienced, I needed to experience. And the fact that I don't have any regret or remorse, or, feel like an asshole because I did all this cursing just for, in the end, God to, no, no, no. I feel very worthy of all of the challenges I went through. You know what I mean? And like I used to tell people, I feel like me walking is me giving thanks and gratitude, because at any moment, God can take my ability to walk. At any moment. Even now with a running vehicle, and even when the mansion was running, sometimes I'll walk. Many times right here in the library, I'll be parked and I would walk to the gas station, or I would walk to Ralph's grocery store. I mean, in Minnesota, when I had my vehicle, many times I would just walk to Walgreens. I would just walk to the grocery store. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I wasn't going grocery shopping, but I would just walk, because this is my way for showing gratitude for the ability to walk, the ability. And that's just how I see it. That's just how I view it. And so I don't use this tongue and this voice that can be snatched from me at any moment to speak negative or to curse God, because at any moment, in the middle of me saying something low vibrational and negative and fucked up, God could say, you know what? Well, now you're mute. Now you're mute. How about that? How about that? Since you never have anything good to say out of that fucking mouth with that voice I gave you, let me get that back. Let me get that up out you. Let me get that up out you. How about that? Now you ain't got to worry about it. Now you ain't got to worry about it. You will never speak again a day in your life. I'm just saying, all things are possible to him who believe. All things are possible to him who believe, because all things are possible to God. And so I believe that. I believe that. And I believe that all things are possible. And that's why I said, if I had $1 million donation right now, because anything's possible. Somebody absolutely could say, you know what? I believe in her. I believe in her passion behind this product and this brand that she speaks of. So let me donate to her that $1 million that she just laid out what she would do if she had. in that order. In that order. And on that note, bringing it full circle, I'm going to thank y'all so much. And thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for my first super chat. That's so dope. I'm so geeked off that. I wish I could access it right now. I will go buy myself a hot chocolate. Cause who we my hot chocolate fund is depleted. But thanks y'all so much. Have a great evening and I will see y'all in the comments. Peace. I'm so silly.